use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Tribunal, or IMT for short. During this trial, the defense could not challenge claims contained in Allied government reports and court decisions. Hence, during the IMT, the Soviet legal team, led by the same prosecutor who oversaw Stalin's infamous show trials, introduced phony Soviet government reports as indisputable evidence. These covered all 6 so-called extermination camps where most of the Holocaust is said to have happened. But as this table shows, even from a mainstream point of view, the Soviets got it wrong. As this table shows, all initial death toll claims made around war's end were way off the mark. Never below, but always well above today's claims. That's quite common during any war, because truth is always the first casualty of war. The case of the Majdanek camp is particularly revealing. Here, mainstream historians repeatedly downgraded earlier assertions. In this extreme case of mainstream revisionism, they now claim not even 4% of the initial death toll. They also have indirectly admitted that most homicidal gas chamber claims made at war's end about this camp were false. Asked why they made such drastic downward revisions, one Polish historian admitted that any dissident had been threatened with disciplinary action during the Cold War. He stated this in 1998.
Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakapadash. Give double honors to the apostles and elders who taught me this truth and sincerity. Also give peace and blessings to you elect out there that's pushing this truth to the four corners of the globe. And citations to you brothers and sisters that are coming back to the Heavenly Father, which his name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, which his name is Yahweh Shai. Alright. And Bahashem means coming in the name of. So anyway, getting into another quick video. Real quick. 1 second. Alright, Slaki, about that. I'm at my job. So anyway, this video was really to downplay the Holocaust, because they speak upon that, like they try to match that with prophecy and say that a certain amount of their people was persecuted and killed and all this weird shit, when a lot of that was downplayed, a lot of the numbers were skewed, and a lot of it was not true. Some of it was true, some of it was not true. I mean, you could do your own independent research. A lot of those people, from what it looks like, and I'm just speaking as a man, in my opinion, but it looks like they slaughtered their own people. They orchestrated that to make it fit prophecy. Alright? And they did that to their own people. So when we go into it, as this guy goes into it, he's gonna mention something that was very important. Basically, he's gonna bring out the numbers, because they say 4 million-ish people died. That's what they say. But again, the numbers were played with. So let me play the video.
The same year, Poland declared dissenting views a crime with up to 3 years in prison. Ask yourself, if historians lied during communist times because they were threatened with mere disciplinary actions, what are they doing now when threatened with up to 3 years in prison? That is so in most Western countries. So, which historian can you trust to tell the truth? Without free speech, historians are unlikely to be truthful. Murder methods were also invented. This list juxtaposes once claimed methods with those still accepted by the mainstream. These often absurd methods are rarely mentioned today, and if they are excused as rumors, lies, or propaganda. It's only those still standing which you've got to believe, or else. The problem is that diesel engines run with an excess of air, so their exhaust gas isn't suitable for mass murder. Oops! When they realized this, mainstream historians tried to move again, away from these legends. Why would you still believe them anything?
So what he's going into, so when they break down the science, basically they're going into the gas chambers. Because we were told a lot of them was killed with gas chambers. When they went into that, they're going into basically a lot of that was phony, because they're breaking down the sciences of that. Like, for instance, certain chemicals, residue of certain chemicals were found, and it indicated that some of it wasn't toxic, or not some of it wasn't toxic. He'll explain it better than I can.
Zyklon B is also contested. This insecticide reacts with rust in masonry to form stable pigments. Many wartime buildings where Zyklon B was used to kill lice show these stains. Chemical analysis equally show huge amount of these Zyklon B traces called iron cyanide.
Alright, that's the end of it. I'm gonna play the next video, but it basically just, foretold that a lot of that shit that they made up, the Holocaust, gas chambers, those people didn't die that way. You were better off saying they died during firing squad. But anyway, let's keep going.
They were of European origin. They were Western Mongols that had infiltrated Britain and mainly Portugal. They were the Ashkenazi slavers. They were wealthy merchant slavers that went down to the coast of Guinea. They employed Mohammedan trappers, Islamics, to go into the kingdom of Judah and Negro land and take the royal house of Judah captive in slave ships, as it's recorded in the book of Deuteronomy, and bring them over to America, and they became known today as what? African American.
Okay, this guy, he did a little research. All right, basically saying 70% of African Americans was violently taken from the kingdom of Judah into Nigeria or West Africa. Now, of course, the kingdom of Judah, because we understand that Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was in Jerusalem. All right, and dude, yeah, some of this is true. Our people did go to the outskirts of some of our people did migrate to the outskirts of West Africa. All right, to I think to flee from the they were in the Assyrian captivity. I think to escape the Assyrian captivity. I believe so. Yeah. But anyway, so just a little but the reason why I played this video, because it goes into the Ashkenazis, these people who claim to be there, and like he said, they're from European descent. These people are hijacking our heritage, our culture, okay? And they're trying to get that birthright back that spoke about in the book of Genesis. These people want their birthright back. So without further ado, I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures. I'm gonna get Psalms 50. Hold on, Psalms 57 and 4. And it reads, "My soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of man, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue are sharp swords." Okay, because pretty much, we're surrounded by these devils. These devils hold the power. They have convinced the world that they are the people, but now all of that is being exposed. When you go into Mark chapter 4 and verse 22, all of that is being exposed as to really what's going on. All right, as far as them being called out, these people they don't walk holy at all. Matter of fact, They don't even adhere to the Bible. All right, they read the Tammuz. All right, and I'm gonna play another video that gets into the Tammuz and what's written about that. I can't wait to do that because I'm gonna bring up some text from there, from the Tammuz, if I can find it. I'm gonna bring up some text from that, and we're gonna dive deep into what these people are into. That's why they hump that wall. That's why these people are fucked up. They're perverted. They're wicked. All right, they are not the people of the scriptures. We are. You know that, you Native Americans, Latinos, and so-called Negroes. That's why I played the video. But anyway, I'm gonna end this one because I have to get back to work. This was just a quick one. I'm gonna go more into it later today. I'm gonna make some different parts going into the same topic, just hitting on different points. Shalom.